We're here with Colin Ross, and Colin, it's good to have you here today at Wondrous, Elam Bible Week. You want to tell us a wee bit about yourself?
Well, my name's Colin Ross, like you said. I'm 31 years old. I'm happily married with 2 children. I've got a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old, and I'm still racing mountain bikes. Still love it.
Yeah, brilliant. So you've been doing that for a while. I remember when we grew up together in sort of South Belfast, Elam. Was it age? I was 5 anyway. I think you got your first bike then. How did that develop from there?
Well, I mean, like, I've always been crazy into bikes, you know, even from I was 3, you know. I think I was starting to ride bikes without stabiliser and just loved it, you know. My dad raced motorbikes, so when I turned 7, I started to really, you know, get my eye on a motorbike. So he got me my first wee scrambler, and that's where it all started, and started racing them then until I was about 10 or 11, and then got into mountain bikes after that. You know.
Brilliant. And this weekend, you've just come off a pretty busy weekend.
Yeah,
Tell us about that.
Well, that was it. Just down Ross Trevor there, racing in the Irish National Downhill Championships, which I just won again there. So I mean, just over the moon, especially with being 31 now, and I think the guy in second was about 11 years younger than me, you know. So it was tough. Had to dig deep, and but I'm absolutely delighted because that's number 7 now, you know. And
so through it all, you sort of grown up in church.
yeah.
Has it just been a religious thing, something that you sort of just done because your parents have been Christians, or how's that worked out for you?
Yeah, I mean, you know, most people ask me where did it all start, and you know, I tell them I was 5 years old. A guy came to the house doing door-to-door work, you know, managed to get talking to my dad. He wasn't a Christian then, and didn't really think much of it, and that night got convicted by the Holy Spirit, got on his knees and became a Christian that night. And from then on, you know, my mum got saved, and then I was brought along to church. And the truth is, I absolutely love church, you know, straight away going into it. The people, the atmosphere, the music, you know, the things that were on Sunday school, any meeting that was on, you know, I was there. I loved it, you know, and the memories I have of that is just, you know, just really enjoying it.
Wow. So, like you mentioned there, love church. That's not something we hear of many people. What stirs you up, and how do you take that into the likes of downhill mountain bike? And I'm sure the culture there isn't Christian.
It's trying to do it in just to be real about it, you know. So for me, I don't really want to be in a religious kind of mindset where I talk to people like that. I just want to live it out and show them that I actually care about them, you know, and show them that there's just something different, and it's not because of my qualities or how good a person I am, but just showing them, look, God has came in and changed my life, and He can do exactly the same thing for you. You
went through some hard times. I know from knowing you went through a few sort of hard falls and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So tell us about maybe your hardest fall and how God sort of was in there with it.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, it's like George of the Jungle, Stephen, you know. I mean, you got to watch out for that tree. I've hit plenty of them, you know. My collarbone, I think I've been to a few doctors with this, and the collarbone is just sticking out there, and I keep going to the hospital, and they're like, we can't do nothing with it, you know. So I dislocated, that was one of the biggest crashes, dislocated this collarbone so bad that it stretched so far, and broke my wrists and arm and ribs, leg, knee, foot, sort of left-hand side of the body's got it pretty bad, you know. But every time I crash, I'm like, right, this is it, not racing again. But but no, I've definitely had tough times on and off the bike. Like there was a time in my life where I started to lose the hunger for racing, and you know, I felt, you know, real close to God, and I really believe that was the time naturally just to get involved with more into the church and things like that, and I totally just stepped away from the racing, and I really believe that's what I needed to do, and got involved with a lot of church work and youth work and doing a lot of things within the church, but I always had a passion for evangelism, and it was hard, like, to get them together, and I was sort of thinking, but I need to go for God, I need to go this way, but I was thinking I'd love to do that, and it was a battle going on, should I even be doing bikes or what, you know. But it actually took me and my wife were only just married, we went to Uganda on a mission trip, and I thought, right, maybe this is what I should be doing then, you know. And it took me to go over to that place. By the end of it, it was hard for me. It wasn't as natural, and by the end of the trip, I just felt God saying to me, "This isn't your mission field, Colin. Your mission field is racing that bike and reaching out to all them people." You know, because for me it was always about, you know, right, let's do something, change the world, and I just believe God was just saying, "Change your world, Colin.
Okay, so Rosco Lines is how
Yeah,
you sort
yeah.
of reinvented yourself in some
Yeah,
ways.
that's right, yeah.
How can people connect with you?
Well, basically, Facebook is a big way, you know, so we've got the Rosco Lines Facebook page there. And basically what it is a coaching business now I'm doing. And yeah, I coach people, all different age groups, a lot of kids and stuff trying to get involved in the sport. And the sport's getting pretty big over here now, so there's a lot of people in their 40s, 50s starting out. So there's different trail centres over here now as well. So I'm meeting up, doing groups and doing that. I do a lot of men's church groups as well and things like that. And I also go around some of the churches with the Crown Jesus guys and basically do lunchtime specials and jump over teachers and give a bit of the gospel and things like that. So that's all a bit of this and also the racing.